This is an example for hyperbola with equation x squared over 4 minus y squared over 16 equals 1. So for this equation, we know that this is a standard form equation for hyperbola because the operation is subtraction. Okay? So let us recall your standard form of equation for hyperbola can be x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1, or y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals 1. So, ang nagbabago ng position dito ay ang ating x and y. So, kapag x yung nasa first term, the orientation is horizontal. And kapag y yung nasa first term, the orientation is vertical. Okay, so in this case, since x is in the first term, we have x squared here, our orientation is horizontal. Okay, horizontal po ang ating orientation for this example. And then, we can now get the coordinate of the center using x and y on top. So, since single sila, we can say that their coordinates will be at 0, 0 or at the origin. Okay? And then for the value of a, you have to identify alin ba yung a squared, alin ba yung b squared. For hyperbola, the only relationship that we have is that c is greater than a. Okay? Aside from that, there's no relationship between a and b. So, palagi po tayo na ang a is in the first term. So, meaning ito yung a squared natin in the equation. 16 is the b squared. So, ang a squared po natin, as you can see here, is always under the first term, or is always in the first term, in the denominator. Okay? So, ang a natin, the square root of 4, we have 2. However, b, the square root of 16 naman. So, that is 4. And then for c, we just follow the formula. C is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. That gives us square root of 4 plus 16. Okay? So, we have square root of 20, or simply that is 2 square root of 5. So, we write here, c is equal to 2 square root of 5. Okay? And then after getting a, b, c, let us now identify the coordinates of your vertices. So, this is a horizontal hyperbola. Pag sinabi pong horizontal hyperbola, ibig sabihin that pertains to a horizontal transverse axis. Horizontal transverse axis. So, ang atin pong hyperbola, if this is the center, your curves are facing left and right. Okay, ganyan po yung hyperbola natin. So, from the center, going to A, ito yung A, vertex, that is a part of your hyperbola. We are moving to the left side and to the right side. So, from 0, 0, we'll have positive 2, 0 and negative 2, 0 as our vertices. Okay, kasi we are from the center 0, 0, moving 2 units to the right and 2 units to the left. And for your covertices, since ang covertices naman natin is for the conjugate axis, which is vertical, so yun naman po ay pataas at pababa. So, let's say ito yung B. Okay? So, from 0, 0, akyat tayo ng 4 units up. That gives us 0, 4. And then 4 units down from 0, 0, that gives us 0, negative 4. And then, for letter C, which is the foci, that is in terms of 2 square root of 5. So, same movement with A kasi yun naman ay nandito sa harap ng ating curve. So, those are our C. One on the right side and one on the left side. Okay? So, mag-change po tayo sa x-coordinate. We have, from 0, 0, add tayo ng 2 square root of 5. We have positive 2 square root of 5, 0. And then, negative naman, going to the left side, we have negative 2 square root of 5, 0, or nag-minus tayo. Okay, since sa 0 tayo nag-minus, kaya ganyan yung itsura, wala naman tayo. Hindi naman natin sinusulat yung 0. So, negative 2 square root of 5 na siya directly. Okay? So, always try na you are writing your answers in the simplest form. Okay? Ganito na lang yung isulat natin palagi as our final answer. And then, for letter D, which is the transverse axis, that is A to A or yung ating 2A. So, ito yon. So, as you can see here, horizontal hyperbola means horizontal transverse axis. Horizontal line that is represented by the equation y equals and then y coordinate of the center which is 0. On the other side, conjugate axis which is yung vertical naman natin, vertical lines are represented by x equals and then you take the x coordinate of your center which is also 0. As you can see here, if the center is at the origin, your transverse axis is on your x-axis, your conjugate axis is on your y-axis. So, these are the correct equations for them. Pag dinrawing natin siya, let's try drawing this hyperbola. Let's say we have, this Cartesian plane. Okay. So, plot your, lagyan lang natin ng labels na points. Okay. This is your x-axis. Then we have -1, -2, -3. For hyperbola, it's essential na pantay-pantay yung distances natin. Kasi, pag hindi siya pantay-pantay, there's a chance na nangyayari palagi sa akin, hindi nagsasakto yung ating center dun sa center ng asymptotes. Pero normally, dapat siya ay sakto. Okay, so, pag kayo ay nag-graph sa inyong notebook, meron naman siyang mga lines doon. You try to follow them, yung mga lines. So, the center is at 0, 0. Horizontal transverse axis, because it's a horizontal hyperbola. Therefore, your A is moving 2 units to the right side and 2 units to the left side. So, we have, for our vertices, we have the coordinates -2, 0, and 2, 0. For your B, you go up by 4 units, and you go down by 4 units again. So, those are your co-vertices. Those are the endpoints of your conjugate axis. Okay? And then, for your foci, 2 square root of 5, that is approximately 4.5. Okay? So, in between 4 and 5, you move to the right side and to the left side kasi collinear po siya with A. So, gitna ng 4.5, this is 3. Dito siya. This is now your foci, itong dalawa. Pag dinrawing natin siya, let's draw here the auxiliary rectangle. Its side must pass through your, vertices and co-vertices. Dun siya dapat dadaan. Okay? Your vertices and co-vertices defines the shape or yung pagkaka-rectangle ng ating hyperbola. As you can see, hindi na naman siya pantay. Okay, so, you draw your asymptotes. It must pass through the vertices of your auxiliary rectangle. Dun siya dadaan. So, dun siya sa vertices dadaan. Okay. And then, the other asymptote, yung kaluksong, bale dalawa yan. One with positive slope and one with negative slope. Extending sila on both sides. Okay, dadaan po siya dun sa vertices. So, sila yung nagde-define, ng ating, hyperbola. So, horizontal, meaning, ito, nandito yung ating hyperbola. So, pag in-extend natin yung hyperbola, okay, your hyperbola probably looks like this. Yan, ganyan. So, as this asymptote extends, nag-extend din po yung ating hyperbola together with it. So, pag ganyan siya. Okay? But they should not touch each other. Hindi dapat sila magta-touch. Magkasama lang sila mag-extend. Sabay lang. Pero hindi sila magta-touch. So, probably, your hyperbola looks like that. Hindi ko lang siya ma-extend na dito, kaya hindi nyo makita yung curve masyado. Pero, gantong itsura niyan. Curves on your left and right, facing left and right side. So, this is your hyperbola with equation x squared over 4 minus y squared over 16 equals 1.